Well, hey y'all, here we are again, Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So, kind of right on the money. Yep, so I'm sitting here all by myself. Jen's taking the day off. Jen's a busy woman, so therefore you're stuck with me again. But hey, it's all good. So since I'm here all by myself, I'm kind of doing everything myself. So if you see me looking elsewhere, that's because I'm looking at all these lovely monitors that I have, that I'm going to be, that I'm looking at, because there's some information on there I need to let you guys all know about. But also, to control this setup here. So I'm doing all of it by myself. So anyway, hope everybody's doing great today on this beautiful, lovely Florida afternoon as the thunder clouds are rolling in. So if you hear any good thunder, well, that's because I got some good stuff right above the office, which I'm actually sitting in the office today. So so there you go. So today, this live stream, we are going to be talking about, do you run your website, whether that be your website, your small business website, maybe you own it or you work for the small business, an organization, nonprofit organization. Are you running that organization, or do you work for that organization? And are you responsible for the website? So we're going to kind of talk about the whole aspect of that. The pains, the greatness of running a website, all that good stuff. So that's what's on the agenda today. And we're also going to talk about hashtags and just what the heck they are, and are they important? Where do you use them? All that good stuff. So we're going to be talking about that as well today. So as always, if you have any questions at all, comments, concerns, interaction, be great, be wonderful. Always looking for people to respond, so that we can answer any questions that you may have, because we're all about helping people. Believe it or not, it's all about helping people. So fire away as we go through. Like I said, I'm by myself today, so I'm kind of monitoring all of where our comments come in. So there you go. And then the last couple small items we're going to talk about today would be the fact that yours truly is going on vacation. So we're going to have a couple of weeks off from live streams. But when I come back, we're going to come back strong, because we have some really, really important things that are going to be changing, and we'll talk about that as well in the show today. And what I'm talking about changing, it's in our private group that we belong to. That we've kind of, I guess, taken the reins, with help from Jen, who actually started the group. So we're going to talk about that. So why don't we, so we're a few minutes into this, so let's go ahead and let's talk about our first subject. And you ready? We're going to transition over website management. Yes. So let's talk about that. So once again, somebody's got to run the thing, and what comes with that job, the whole running of a website, the webmaster. You're the webmaster. Whether you're trying to run your business as well as the website, because you got to market yourself, whether you want to believe that or not. You have to market your business, or your nonprofit organization. Are you a blogger? You got to get your information out there somewhere, somehow. So you got to market. So what we're going to talk about today is kind of like, so what are some of the pains that go into managing your website? Now, this could be from as we look at the graphic here, I've got some of the most popular content management systems and platforms out there to build your website and also to maintain your website, because these platforms make it kind of nice and easy. So obviously the most popular would be WordPress, but if you look at my little logos there, I'm also including Joomla. You've got Drupal there. You've got Wix, and you've got Squarespace. Now, what's the difference between them? Wix and Squarespace are template driven, and you kind of get into their platform, and you are stuck. Which, if you're a startup and you need a website right now, and you really don't care that it's a customized website, then that might be your ticket, because you can very quickly build a website, put your information on there, put your logo in the top, maybe change a few colors here and there, and hey, you got a website. And it makes it nice and easy for you to edit the content within the website. So you're running a website. And part of running a website, like in the graphic here, I put, you want to keep that website fresh, up to date, and most importantly, secure for those visitors of yours. While all that's very important, it's all about keeping current and relevant information, and very important term there, relevant information coming, because if you don't, then why on earth would someone want to revisit your website if they visit it, say, 2 or 3 times and there's nothing new? So yes, so it's very important when you're managing your website to keep current on current events. And when I say current events, I'm not talking about what's going on in the world today. I'm talking about what the heck's going on with your organization, with your business, maybe with your vertical. If you're in real estate, what's going on in the real estate world? If you're a brick and mortar store, and let's say you sell shoes, what's going on in the shoe world? So stuff like that. Very, very important to keep information continuing to find its way onto your website. Because like I said, if your website never changes, why on earth would someone want to come back to your website? Okay, so issues. We kind of hinted a few live streams back, kind of what kind of issues you run into while looking at the whole website management, the whole webmaster, website management, website manager, whatever you want to call them. Because all these platforms, and content management systems like WordPress, they all undergo updates. WordPress has pushed out 5.5, and it is a huge update. And if you don't have somebody that's going to be able to push that update through, so basically manage the website, you're going to be way behind, especially for security reasons. Plugins, modules, those things as well, they go through updates all the time. Now, those updates can be anything from they're just improving it, making it better, which is great, absolutely wonderful. But it can also be because they found a loophole that hackers have been able to go through and infect people's websites that have this plugin or module on their website. And therefore, you've been hacked. Horrible. So those are some issues. The issues are you've got to stay up. You've got to do those updates. You just have to do it. Whether you want to or not, you have to do it. Or if you find that you're too busy to do it, you need to pay somebody to do it. So Very important. So what I want to know, whether you comment now, comment later, get some feedback going, especially in our private group. You guys need to get active here. I want to know if you run your own website and what kind of shortfalls do you find, what kind of issues, and I also would like to know, what do you find enjoyable about it? Because I mean, it is, especially when you're a techie nerd like me, I love doing stuff to my website. And I have multiple websites, and everybody knows that I love to screw around with websites. And Kate, hi Kate. So yes, Kate's got a question, and she's asking, what about blog comments? Oh, yes. Blog comments. You're on a WordPress website. WordPress was built back in the day to blog. It's a blogging platform. But it has come a long way in its existence, and it is the most used platform to build websites on now. Now, part of their feature is that people can comment. Now, you can hide your comments, but them turds, they find how to comment on anything. So they're gonna, and you do get spammy comments, and you have to stay diligent. You can put, on Deckard & Company and BrianDeckard.com and a lot of my clients, we have about up to 3, maybe 4 different plugins to help battle this, but it is never, ever, ever going to cut them totally out, unfortunately. So you have to go in there periodically, and I suggest to at least twice a week, once a week. Got to do it. And you have to flag those comments as spam. Help those plugins. And I think we're going to get a loud siren going by here. So I apologize in advance. Because I can hear them. I'm sure you can too. Some turds not getting out of the way. They need those cattle pushers like on trains. Just push them out of the way. That'd be great. So I'm going to kind of hold on while they pass. Gotta love live streams. Okay, so back to the spot. So yes, Kate, it's very, very important to make sure that if you're running your website, that you are logging in and you're looking at your comments, because you need to keep that under control. Spam them. Hit the spam button. That way it logs it as spam. So if they try to spam you again, they're going to get knocked out of the system. So yeah, and then like I said, there's several plugins that will help you. We deal primarily with WordPress, so I'm going to tell you a couple of WordPress. There's Akismet, which does a pretty decent job. That's one of those plugins we use. There's Email Encoder that kind of helps with email spam. There's, I think it's called Accessibility or something like that. That's another one. I can definitely find out more information if anybody wants to know what plugins are out there to help with spam. But like I said, it doesn't matter what you put on your website. You're still going to get crap. We use Google CAPTCHA. That's another one that we have on our websites. And, it's knocked a ton off. We don't hardly get as many as we used to, which is great, but you're still going to get a few. You just have to stay up on it. So, yeah. So I think that's enough on website management, unless anybody else has anything. Feedback? No, of course not. Okay, so let's talk about the next item on our list for today. And that is hashtags. All right, so what the hell is a hashtag? I'm sure everybody by now knows what a hashtag is, or at least I hope you do. Hashtag is basically like a keyword, and whatever platform you're putting it on, kind of hashtags came around in Twitter, and it's basically to attach a keyword, which would be your hashtag, and makes it easier for people that are searching for whatever topic you're talking about. So if you're talking about website design or WordPress, my hashtag would be WordPress, and then someone on whatever platform you're doing these keywords, and they type in WordPress, your post is going to populate in the search, so they will be able to see what you're doing. So if you are a website designer like moi, whenever I do any kind of a post, and let's say I want to really target WordPress, I might do a post 2-3 times a day, if I'm running a campaign, because in the length of that campaign, anybody that's looking up WordPress, my campaign, which is in that post, is going to pop into their feed and give them the information that I want them to know, because I am trying to draw them into my business. So that's kind of, and the cool thing here is, I put the definition there. I don't know if you've read it, but it's a noun. Hashtag is a noun, and it's a word or a phrase preceded by a hash sign, which is the number sign for you non-techie people. And it's used in social media websites and applications, especially Twitter. That's where it started, to identify messages in a specific topic. So that's kind of what hashtags are. But here, I want to take it a bit further, because it's kind of a gray area for the longest time. And can you use a hashtag in Facebook? Well, of course you can. Why wouldn't you? Anybody that tells you differently, you should probably kick them right down the road like a can, because they're a moron. Absolutely, you can use it in Facebook. We do it all the time, and guess what? You get great traction from that. Whatever like I said, it's a keyword, and guess what has a search function? Facebook. Yeah, so why would you not use hashtags in Facebook? Now, Facebook, like I said, it's a gray area, but you want to be relevant to the topic that you're talking about. And you also want to use maybe 3, no more than 5 hashtags. So don't do a post, which you see it all the time on Instagram and Twitter, with about 40 to 50 stupid hashtags. Dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But target specific relative to the information that you're peddling. So whatever the topic of your post is, you want to pick 3 to 5, no more than 5 hashtags or keywords that when someone is searching for whatever it is you're talking about, that you will pop up in their search. It's like an internal Google machine on Facebook, but it's using Facebook's algorithm instead of Google's. So hashtags, I hope that kind of hits it home. Pink, pink, pink. Use them. Don't be bashful. Use them. All right. As long as there's no questions, I'm going to move on to our next little topic, which is just information. So, group information. So, as many of you may or may not know, Deckard & Company belongs to a private group, and that private group has recently been renamed to Deckard & Company U. Now, it's a private group, and the main idea. So, Jen. Oh, hold on here. Okay. All right. So, someone's got a question about hashtags, and it says, "Still not getting it. I wish I knew who this was." Hashtag a keyword, and then someone. Okay, so basically, you have to think of. So, a hashtag, you have to think of a hashtag as the keyword. So, your hashtag is the keyword. So like, let's say I'm talking about, here, hold on, so that we all know I'm talking here. Let's go back to hashtags. Okay, so think of the hashtag. So if you look at this, if you look at this little hashtag that I have here, the hashtag, which says hashtags, it's got the number sign in front of it, hashtags, that is the keyword. So imagine that saying WordPress. So WordPress, oh boy, Miss Vicky. So basically your hashtag is your keyword. I hope that explains it. So like if I'm talking about WordPress, my hashtag, one of my hashtags would be WordPress. And then I would also have one of my hashtags. So like in Facebook, you can have, like I said, no more than 5, 3, 4, 5, somewhere around in there. So the other hashtag that I might use would be website design. So if somebody's looking, let's say somebody is looking for WordPress website design, that's 2 keywords or key phrases and hashtags that I have that will pop my post up into their search. So I hope that kind of helps. And talking about WordPress, you would not put a hashtag in your blog. So no, you're going to put a hashtag on a social platform. So social platform being Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also LinkedIn. All 4 of those platforms are great for hashtags. So I hope that kind of helps. Okay, so let's move on. I think we beat that horse to death there, which I don't like beating anything. So there we go. So on to the group information. Let's see, hold on here. If someone likes for one. So yes, if they do that search and you have your proper your hashtags in place and your post pops up, they're going to see your post. And then if they click into it, they will be sent to your Facebook page, which is what you want. You want people to get interested in what you have to give them, what you have to offer. And people find you by doing searches, and that also includes Facebook, Twitter. People are searching for your services on those platforms as well, and also YouTube. YouTube's another one. So that's why I always say video is so important. And today's anything you're doing marketing related, you better be doing some video, and you also better be putting that video on YouTube and doing it correctly so that people can find you. Okay, so so moving on to the group information. So this here is just simply stating that we belong to that private group, and it is all about, this private group is all about learning, sharing, and helping each other succeed. And how do you do that? Well, by interaction. So basically, this little announcement is where Jen and I did a video today that we're going to share to the private group, so only people in the private group will see this. And it's going to explain really everything that's going to be going on in this private group. And my question to you is quite simple. Do you belong to any private groups? And do you find them, engaging at all? It's one thing to be part of a group, but a group really honestly does you no good at all if no one in that group is responding, interacting, engaging. So at some point in time that the group administrators are going to do the purge, And yeah, because like I said, groups, if you are the administrator of a group, the group that you are putting together, especially like our group, Jen, when she put this group together, it was all about engagement and that was a good one. Engagement, interacting, and really honestly helping each other succeed. So we're taking that and really starting to go into fourth, fifth, and maybe even overdrive, because it's what this group's all about. So I do want to know, do you belong to any private groups? How many private groups do you know? And are you personally engaging in that group? Or did you just join the group to say, I belong to that group? Because really, it's just another thing to enter your feed, maybe that it maybe entered a group that you didn't think that you think you don't need to be in. You should probably get out. So, yep. So that's the group information and all that good stuff. So, should be pretty good. And then, last, and then we'll get off here, is the fact, like I said, I am going on vacation. I know, it's hard to believe that I should even get a vacation, but I think I deserve one. I don't know. But we are going on vacation. Oh, Kate, what are you saying here? Oh, boy. Ah, yes. That is true, Kate. It's all about, you belong, you get into a group, and if it's a group that you really care about and you want the information, you need to make sure that you set your notifications to see it, because a lot of people don't understand that you can set your notifications to either everything. So everything that happens in the group, you can get it to only highlights, and there's different settings that you can go. And if it's one of those groups that you want information about, you need to make sure, and especially our private group, the Deckard and Company you're going to want to set it to everything, because it really is all about helping each other succeed. And yeah, so there you go. And then what else we got here? Yes, it's all about, you want to make sure, and it happens all the time. A Facebook user here, they belong to a couple of groups. Some are not engaging, need to help administer the group that I started. Yes. Every group, it doesn't matter what kind of a group it is, it's going to go through growing pains. That's just the way it is. Every business, every organization goes through growing pains. It's just, that's the life cycle, and people that are not engaging, we call those trolls. So they're basically trolling your feed, gathering information. Like, I can tell you in our group that we are, people have taken information that I've given and they've actually started, and it's pretty sad to say, their own marketing business. And so disappointing to see. But that's going to be part of the purge. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing to see stuff like that, and especially the one that I'm gonna kind of, because I'm on a no outsourcing. I'm gonna start calling them as I see them, and I'm gonna start talking about them. People need to really understand who the hell they're hiring and that they're not doing the work. That is so frustrating to me. If you can't do the work, don't start a marketing company. Plain and simple. Outsourcing is the dumbest thing in the world. Paying someone from India or Indonesia or the Philippines or Russia, China, wherever you're outsourcing to. The hell are you thinking? So anyway, you will be called out. I'm just telling you right now. But yes, so let's see. What do we got here? How to make people to post in the group. How do you get people to post in the group? Yeah. Well, there again, you want people in your group that's, and especially if it's a private group, you want to get people into your group that's going to be that's going to engage. And in order to have a successful group, you need those kinds of people. So let's say you've got 100 people in your group and only 3 are engaging. You've got a lot of purging to do. And, I would much rather purge everybody and, and get the people that you want in there, that want to learn and that want to be successful and that are willing to help the other people in the group to be successful. It's not about me, 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 me. So if, you get into a group thinking it's all about you, then you've already failed. Because most groups are designed to help everyone in the group. Of course, there's groups out there that you can get into that's all about me, 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 and you're going to post your business, the same crap every day. Hey, come to my site. I got this, I got that. And the next day, hey, come to my site. I got this, I got that. And the same crap. Nobody's going to go there. So it's very important to be engaging. So how do you engage them? So like on our private group, I just put a poll up. So I'm looking for engagement because I'm putting things in order to start the purge. So yeah. So how do you get engagement? Polls, set up contests. There's all different kinds of things you can do. So if we want to go down that road, I can definitely talk more about that in future live streams. It just has to be after I come back from vacation. So if you're in our private group, time's now to start getting engaged. So yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it seems like I'm the only one posting in there. Yeah, no kidding. So there you go. So I hope this information was helpful. Groups are just one of those things that it's almost like a full-time job to run. And and when I was brought into Jen's group, she got it started, and I started, okay, so how we can talk about contests and stuff like that later because that's a much bigger live stream. It's probably a whole live stream that we would have to talk about that. So put it on the list. If you're in the group, put it on the list of things that you want to see. But anyway, I digress. Groups are made, and it's like a full-time job to run them. So if you're not ready to run it, time to get out and put somebody in there that can. So enough about groups. There's a lot of information, and looking forward after vacation, we're going to be coming back with live streams, and I'm hoping that there's going to be some more engagement in our private group and even on Deckard & Company. Post what you'd like to hear about, because this live stream goes to multiple places. Goes to my Deckard & Company, it goes to my private, to my personal page if you're a friend of mine or, whatever. It goes to the private group, so it goes to Periscope, YouTube. Can't miss it. But yes, when I get back, we're going to have some cool live streams, and then we're also going to add something to our live streams that's really cool, and we're going to call it the Member Spotlights. Yeah. So we're going to highlight businesses. It's going to be pretty cool. Not going to go into it now, though, but it's going to be freaking awesome. So anyway, with all of that being said, I think I'm going to cut it short here now because I'm 4 minutes past where I wanted to be. So see there, without Jen, I ramble on. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks for the great questions. I hope I answered them all. If you have any questions after, let me know because I'll definitely get to it. And you see that flickering? That's some killer lightning going on right now. So anyway, once again, thank you for watching today, and looking forward to future live streams. And if you want to be included in our private group, let me know, and I'll invite you and get you in there, because I'm looking for people that's willing to do the work, not only to help themselves, but to help everybody that's in the group. So there you go. All right, guys, thank you so much, and do behave.